You know, we all do it, probably dozens of times a day without even thinking about it. We compare things. But how often do our comparisons kind of get lost in translation? Well, in this explainer, we are going to break down the super simple rules to make sure your point lands with clarity and impact every single time.
Just think about your day so far. I bet you've had to choose between two things, right? Maybe which task to tackle first, or hey, even just what to have for lunch. Or maybe you had to share your thoughts on something at work.
Exactly. See, whether we realize it or not, making comparisons is just a basic part of how we think and talk. It's like this engine that's always running in the background for pretty much every decision we make or opinion we form.
But here's the real question. When you say one thing is, say, better than another, are people really getting why you think that? Or is your message just getting a little fuzzy, leaving your point, well, unclear? That is exactly what we're here to fix.
Okay, so let's really dive into this. Why is getting this simple skill right so incredibly important? Well, because comparisons are at the heart of all practical real-world communication. They're how our brains make sense of everything around us. Just look at this list. We're talking about making a clear choice at work, giving your honest opinion on a new idea, or even just explaining that things are getting better, or, getting worse. Comparisons are the tool you're always reaching for. They give shape to your thoughts and let other people follow your logic.
And here's the best part. You don't need some advanced degree in grammar to be really good at this. Seriously. The secret isn't being complicated, it's being precise. There are just a few simple, powerful ways to say things that'll cover you in almost any situation you'll ever face.
So, with that in mind, let's open up that toolkit, shall we? We're going to focus on the essentials, the tools that give you the most bang for your buck and help you sound more persuasive and clear, starting right now. When you boil it all down, every comparison you make is just answering one simple question. That's it. It's not about using fancy words, it's just about pointing out a difference that actually matters. Once you get that, everything else just clicks into place.
And here it is, your entire toolkit. I know, it looks simple, but trust me, these are the words that do all the heavy lifting. We use better or worse to talk about quality, more or less for amounts, and that simple ending for short words, like faster or stronger. This is your foundation for direct, effective communication.
All right, theory's great and all, but let's see how this toolkit actually works out in the real world. Let's walk through some super common examples and see how these simple little structures build powerful, everyday language.
So, picture this. You're in a meeting. There are two proposals on the table, and you need to state your choice with total conviction. How do you do it?
Just like this. It's simple, it's direct, and it is impossible to misunderstand. You're using better than, one of the core tools from our kit, to draw a really clear line in the sand. Now everyone in the room knows exactly where you stand. No confusion.
Okay, now let's say you're not the one making the final call, but you really need to share your professional opinion. This is where comparisons are absolutely essential for getting your point across persuasively.
Perfect. See, you're not just saying you disliked the old system, you're actually comparing it to what you have now, using the word worse to make your judgment crystal clear. It's a sharp, concise opinion, all backed up by a simple comparison.
And finally, how do you talk about things changing over time? I mean, whether you're sharing good news or raising a red flag, comparisons are how you measure and describe that change so that people actually get it.
Look how effective that is. The phrase more stable immediately tells everyone that things have improved. You're comparing the system now to how it was before. You're telling a whole story of progress in just 5 little words.
Now that we've got the tools, and we've seen them in action, let's just quickly fine-tune our skills by looking at a few common traps that can cause confusion and really weaken your message.
First up, this is a classic one. We sometimes say more better, but think about it. The word better already means more good. So adding more is just extra. The fix is so easy. Just say better. It's cleaner, it's sharper, it's more direct.
Oh, this one is subtle, but it trips people up all the time. Because they sound so similar, it's really easy to mix up that and than. Just remember this. For comparisons, you always need than with an A. That's the word that builds the bridge between the two things you're comparing.
And this is so important. A comparison needs 2 things. If you just say, this is better, your listener is left wondering, better than what? By adding than the old system, you give them the context they need. You complete the thought. Clarity always needs context.
Okay, let's bring this all home.
You've seen why comparisons are so critical, you've got your toolkit, and you know the common mistakes to look out for. So what does all this mean for you right now?
This is what you've just unlocked. The power to state your decisions without any ambiguity. The confidence to share your opinions in a way that feels natural and persuasive. And the language to describe change, good or bad, with total precision.
And, this is the real payoff. When you make a clear comparison, you're not just stating a fact. You're basically opening up a window into your brain, into your thought process. You're helping other people see the world the way you see it. And isn't that the whole point of communication?
So I'll leave you with this challenge. Using this simple toolkit, what idea, what decision, or what opinion are you going to explain more clearly today? Go on, put it into practice.